Hey, what is going on, y'all? It is SBN here, Sports Bash Nation. I've been messing around with some of these mock draft simulators, and they are pretty ridiculous. All of them, PFF, NFL Draft Buzz, Pro Football Network, none of them are close to being realistic, but it can be fun to just mess around and see how many first round picks you can acquire. So I'm just going to go over two of the mocks that I made. One of them I try to be more realistic, but they're still pretty ridiculous. The second one especially. But I figured I'll give a little insight on some of the picks because there are some guys there that I would love to see the Bears draft. I only did 4-round mocks just for simplicity. So in the first mock, the Bears, we trade back with the Patriots. So we get picks number 3 in the first round, 34 in the second, 68 in the third, and we also get first and second round picks in 2025. That's pretty ridiculous. I would realistically hope to get picks number 3 and 34 and a first rounder in 25. But in this mock, we'll take it. And with the third pick, we take wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State. No surprise here. I'm going to take him 10 out of 10 times when he's available. There's nothing I can add that you guys watching don't already know. He's awesome. I really hope he ends up a Bear. Even if we got to take him at 1, I think we should do it. With our 9th pick, Joe Alt and Olu Fashanu are gone. So we trade back with Jacksonville and we pick up picks number 17 in the first, 48 in the second, and 79 in the third. So there's good talent at edge in this draft, but not good enough to pass up on this trade because we pick up another second and third round pick. And with pick number 17 from Jacksonville, we select Talisi Fuaga, offensive tackle from Oregon State. He has a 6'6", 334-pound frame that's fully filled out for the NFL. Absolute mauler in the run game, excellent athleticism, and length that allows him to be very good in pass protection. He's also functional as a puller, and he's arguably the best road grader in the draft. He just mauls in the run game. He projects to be a plug-and-play tackle from day one with Pro Bowl potential. Fuaga is my third choice at tackle behind Joe Alt and Olu Fashanu, so it's not bad for pick number 17. Pick number 34, take Leonard Taylor, defensive tackle from Miami. Another big body in the trenches. He's a pass rushing machine. He's 6'3", 305 pounds. Very explosive for his size. Excellent burst and quickness off the line of scrimmage. Is agile enough to line up in the 4 or 5 technique and has lined head up from center as well. Taylor's another guy that I think we should be looking at in the second round. And at pick 48 from the Jaguars, we take Braylon Trice, edge from Washington. He's 6'4", 260 pounds. He had elite production in college when rushing the passer. He led college football in total QB pressures in 2022 while also recording 9 sacks. He's not elite, but he can get to the quarterback, and that's something we've needed desperately for the last 2 years. In the third round, with pick number 68 that we got from New England, we take Zach Frazier, center from West Virginia. We get the center we desperately need at a decent spot here. Frazier might be the best center in the draft. He's versatile enough to play across all 3 positions on the line. He's very well rounded. He doesn't have any weaknesses as much as he's not exceptional anywhere. He has potential to be an adequate starting center in the NFL. With pick number 75 in the third round, we take Kalen Carson from Wake Forest. I like Carson. I think he's going to be a solid pro. He's a physical, aggressive corner. He possesses excellent ball skills. He uses his speed and size to smother receivers, and he projects to be a starter. And at 79, we get another guy I really like, Javon Bullard, safety from Georgia. He's been on my radar since he was named defensive MVP in the national championship game against TCU a couple years ago. He's a versatile defensive back with experience playing all across Georgia's secondary, and he made a seamless transition to safety. This past year, he only allowed 14 catches on 26 targets for 119 yards, and he did not give up a single touchdown all year. I think Javon Bullard is somebody that we should be targeting in the third round. At pick number 10 in the fourth round, we take Jaheim Bell, tight end from Florida State. He's really a tight end in name only. Jaheim Bell often plays as a versatile H-back or slot receiver. His agility is rare for a tight end. He lacks the size for a conventional tight end, but he can be utilized as a unique weapon on offense. And at pick number 122 in the fourth round, we take Javon Solomon, edge from Troy. He's 6'2", 249 pounds, defensive end. He put up monster numbers in 2023. He had 20 quarterback hurries, 9 QB hits, and an impressive 16 sacks. He has a high motor, is quick off the line of scrimmage, showing quickness that sets blockers on the back of their heels. Javon Solomon's a sleeper in this draft, and the Bears definitely need pass rushers, but I think this is a good pick here in the fourth round. So this is what we ended up with. We got Marvin Harrison Jr., we got Talisi Fuaga, we plugged a lot of holes, and this is just in the first 4 rounds, and we also get first and second round picks from the Patriots in 2025. Now this is just nuts, but this is actually one of the more realistic mocks that I ran. Here's another another mock I ran that is just insane. So in this mock, we trade back with Arizona. We get picks number 4 and 27 in the first, 35 in the second, pick number 66 in the third, and their first round pick in 2025. I think if Arizona was going to move up in real life, I think the trade would look more like picks number 4, 27, and 35. And in this mock, Arizona gives up all those picks to jump up to 1 to take Marvin Harrison Jr., which is pretty insane, but I guess they figure, the Bears would take him. They had to have him, so they pulled the trigger on that trade. Even more insane in this mock is that Washington at number 2 takes Joe Alt. So sitting at 4, it's a shock. Caleb Williams and Drake May are still on the board. So we trade back with Atlanta. We get the 8th pick. We get 74 in the third round, and we get their first round pick in 2025. And they move up and select Drake May. So at pick number 8, Caleb Williams is still sitting there. So I say screw it. We're going to take him, and we're going to keep Justin Fields and let them see who's better on the practice field. I have a better chance at replacing Ryan Poles at GM than this scenario ever has it playing out. And at pick number 9, we get Malik Neighbors. So in this mock, we get Caleb Williams and Malik Neighbors at picks number 8 and 9. Wow. Malik Neighbors was probably the second best receiver in the country this year, and most would probably say he was the best, put up better numbers than Marvin Harrison Jr. And if we can't get Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors is definitely wide receiver 1B on my list. And as if this couldn't get any more ridiculous, Brock Bowers falls to the 20s. So we offer picks number 27, 66, and a second rounder in 2025 to the Miami Dolphins to move up to number 21, and we take Brock Bowers. Might as well. He's a generational talent, and he's probably not going to be available when the Bears pick at number 9. So we pull the trigger with Miami, and we get Brock Bowers. And at pick 35, we select Cedric Van Pran, center from Georgia, a guy who's on my list no matter what. We'll probably need to pick up a second rounder to get him, but I think he's a guy the Bears should be looking at. And in this mock, there's been a run on defensive ends. They're going in a hurry, so we trade back up again with the Philadelphia Eagles. We offer them picks number 74, 122 in the fourth, and the third rounder in 2025 to move up to pick number 53, and we take edge rusher Brandon Dorless from Oregon. I think he would fit in more as a 3 technique with the Bears, being he's 6'3", 290 pounds. He had 35 quarterback hurries, 7 quarterback hits, and 4 sacks last year. He's a solid athlete, quick first step off the line. He can get to the quarterback in a hurry, and he has a plethora of moves that he uses to shed blockers and get to the quarterback. He was used all over the line at Oregon. He's a bit of a tweener. He's a little small for the interior, and he's a little big for the edge. His run defense needs to improve, but he's a steal here. I think he has the potential to eventually move up to late first round territory after the combine. And at pick number 75, we take Cole Bishop, safety from Utah. Bishop's a big safety. At 6'2", 207 pounds, he can play at all 3 levels of the defense. He has the physicality to be a box player and movement skills to cover in space. High motor, high energy player. He can cover the slot. He's a sure tackler, and he thrives as a blitzer. I like Bishop at 75 in any scenario. At pick number 110, we get Mekhi Wingo, defensive tackle from LSU. We jump at Mekhi Wingo in the 4th round when he falls in this mock. Somebody who will probably realistically go in the 2nd round. He had 14 total QB pressures, 9 QB hurries, 2 hits and 3 sacks in 2023. He's a crafty edge player, very good against the run, and he has very good balance, a strong core as he was a wrestler in college. So yeah, these mock draft simulators, like I said, they're insane. They're not realistic at all. I think ex-Panthers general manager Scott Fitterer used one of these last year when he came up with that trade that he made with the Bears. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like any of these guys I selected, or who would you like to see the Bears draft? Let me know. Thanks for all the support. You guys stay blessed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.